but Spurs fans have some reason to remain hopeful. The team has had a pretty similar record and stats when Parker has been absent over the last couple of years. All right, I think the Spurs are done. I really do. I think despite having played well without Tony Parker, I just can't. I like this Rockets team. I like their three-point shooting. I just can't see them losing someone like Tony Parker. And LaMarcus Aldridge continues to struggle. I can't see them winning this series.
Well, you're already beating us with the Colin Cowherd analogies and predictions because he had written them off completely. He said the Spurs' legacy was completely over. And I disagree with you, actually. I think sometimes you see a team when their star player goes down, the team rallies, and it's something that they're just doing in the moment in that night. But I do think that this is something that's sustainable. Patty Mills is averaging the most minutes that he has in his entire career, which tells me they're transitioning more towards him anyway. And he's going to be a free agent this summer, so he has every incentive to play his butt off this year.
He's only so good, though. I mean, playing his butt off is only so good. He's not Tony Parker, but I'm with you.
34-year-old Tony Parker?
I'm with you. They are not done. I give them a chance against the Rockets. Now, I give them no chance against the Warriors. I didn't give them any chance with Tony Parker anyway. So I don't think they're done, and I don't think the end of this Spurs dynasty, if you will, is over either. Greg Popovich, here's your Bill Belichick analogy. He is the Bill Belichick of the NBA, and they are the Patriots of the NBA. A lot of people in the league thought with Tim Duncan retiring, not that he was the old Duncan, but just his voice, his presence, the way he talked on defense, that they wouldn't be nearly as good as they've been without him. Now they got Kawhi Leonard to build around. Aldridge is falling off, but he did have 15 and 8 last night. I still think they're going to be a team to be reckoned with going forward.
May 4th, 2017. Here lies the San Antonio Spurs.
I thought
you just disregarded everything I just said.
No, they're done. I mean, like, look, there is one thing that can resuscitate the run. I wouldn't call it a dynasty because they haven't won back-to-back titles. There is one thing, and we'll get to that in a second. Let's start without Tony Parker. They're not beating the Rockets. They were going to struggle with the Rockets when they went to Houston with Tony Parker. And it's like you said about Patty Mills. I love Patty Mills. Like, I was the idiot out of college who thought he had a chance to be better than Steph Curry, okay? But the more you see him, the more you realize that the idea of prorating stats doesn't work. You're like, oh, if Patty Mills played 40 minutes, he would no. The more he plays, the more he has to facilitate. He's not great at that. He gets lost at times defensively. His shot selection's not good. Tony Parker is a Hall of Fame player. And a Hall of Fame point guard goes down in the middle of a tough, hard-fought series, especially early on when the Rockets have a chance to adjust to your personnel. I think they're done. Now, the only thing that can resuscitate this run after this year is getting Chris Paul, because they could not possibly be happy with LaMarcus Aldridge.
I like that.
Like an old point guard for another old point guard?
If Chris Paul wants to really compete for a championship, he'll look seriously at that. Forget, if you can get 4 years max with the Spurs versus 5 years max with the Clippers, take the Spurs and try to win a ring.
Wait, so Tony Parker's 34, but he seems a lot older.
Well, he's played in the league since he was 19.
Right, but he has the lowest minutes, lowest points per game since he was a rookie.
Yeah.
He's on a downswing, so I don't think he's really that big of an important piece.
No, it's
right
they can beat the Rockets.
15-4 this year without Tony Parker. I think over the last 2 years,
23-6.
23.
You're saying it's more of that championship experience that they're going to.
No, they've been waiting for the playoffs, much like everybody in the NBA. I mean, like Kawhi Leonard didn't play every game this year. They were 7-1 right without Kawhi Leonard. So they're a good team, but this is a higher level of competition. Everybody's been loading up for the playoffs, and like, he was as big a difference as anybody last night, scoring 18 points. And I know they went on a run after he got hurt, but, like, 5 games will tell you who he really is. It's kind of like when the Clippers didn't have Chris Paul, remember. This is going back a couple years ago. They had the 3-1 lead against the Rockets. Like, they played well in spurts, but you're not going to win a series against a team that's at least similar, if not better, talent-wise.